pound US and euro yen trades. And first, this is the pound US 30-minute chart that we're looking at right now. But let's just flip over here to the weekly. And where I saw price here, it was up here at a supply level. If someone held a gun to your head, you'd want to short this, right? You would want to be buying this market when you look at how support, resistance, supply, demand work. So I knew that I was looking for a shorting opportunity in the pound. Here's the daily chart here. So we're up in this area right here. And what I was looking for, if you look at the chart here, I have this little sideways consolidation area. Drop down to a 30-minute time frame, and you'll see this area right here. Now I shorted this area, and I'm going to show you why. First, let me just bring up something here for you. There we go. I saw this area right here. There's a strong move away from this area after a rally up, which tells me there's a lot of supply at this level, a lot of buyers, a lot of sellers, which is, you can see who clearly won this battle. The only problem I had with this trade was this spike on this candle. So my stop, never just above this high right here. That's just you're just looking for trouble right here. So it was a few pips above this high. This high was about 95, so I wanted to get over the 62 level. So the stop was at 62.05. Almost spiked me out, and you got to be very careful here. You got to understand you're trading spot FX that what you get a lot of is when prices are rallying or dropping to an area of supply or demand, just watch that the brokers don't decide to widen the spread, because unless you're trading huge accounts, generally the market maker, the broker, is taking the other side of your trade, right? So if you're going long, they're going short, so they may make you pay a little bit to get in this trade or stop you out. And you also know we probably had some breakout traders sitting above this level right here, just above this level, that would have got suckered into this trade and taken out. But here's the thing: people see this big thrusting green candle, and what are they thinking? They're thinking, oh no, I gotta buy, I gotta jump in on this. Well, someone did, and they clearly got taken to the cleaners and lost. The market got up in here, and then we started basing around, and we get into the Asia session, and this is where a lot of trouble falls. Now, my usual plan with these trades is to scale out half at 2-to-1 risk reward to risk ratio, move a stop to break even, got a free trade, go to my full target. Didn't work out that way, and I'll show you how this one played out. Got into the market. I didn't get a chance to scale out. Here's a target right here. This target was actually adjusted. I originally had it way down here, but after I dropped down, after I entered the trade, I saw this kind of a drop and then a strong rally from this area. Let me just see if I can take this off here again for you. Strong rally up. So I had a big concern in this area. Now, obviously, price smashed right through it by 60 odd other pips and then came back up above it. But my original stop, let me just get back over here, was just in this area right here. Didn't get down this, well, it got down this level, but I moved my stop up to this level. And the trade went to full target, right? Went to full target. And I'm just going to bring over, this is the pound US right here. This is where the price of the trade was put in. The trade was put in. Here's where it got triggered in, right? You can see this. Let's see if I can get rid of this. I don't like that crosshair. I still have it. I don't want to be doing that, right? Ooh. Anyways, this is where the short was. See, price rallied up strong, dropped out, and here's where the exit was on this trade right here. This big thrusting candle kind of took it out, and that was a nice, easy trade. Let me get the pip count on that here. 1 second here. We're looking at a 121 pip. 121 pip profit on this trade right here. And you know what? In hindsight, I should have left my stop where it was, but that's arbitrary, right? It's not an arbitrary placement, but there was a reason to get out where I got out. Who could have seen? You can see what happens, even though when price does come down this area, you see what happens here. It comes down to where my original stop was going to be. Where my stop was. Original stop was way down here. Where the stop was, you see what happened. When the price dropped, it based, right? We have an hour of going sideways, where the market just kind of went sideways a little bit here, and then dropped again. So there was reaction at this level, right? So that tells me right there that was a great level to choose. Just well, this candle just kept on going. Nothing you can do about that. So that's that trade in the pound US. There's really not much to talk about when you look at the chart. I think it's for those that are understanding supply zones and demand zones. What I liked about this area right here, why I was a big fan of it. I think you can see why I picked this level down here, because it was a turning point, right, of this going back up into the area. But and here's the shorted at 61.69, and here's the target down here at 60.48 roughly. So that was that. Yeah, this guy here, Jeremy Whitaker, I don't know who that is. What I have is I have this little thing you can put on your charts. If I just hit Control L or whatever you assign to it, I can take off everything that I've put on there, which is kind of cool. Get a better look at price and then put it back on, which is good too. So that's the pound US. Let me bring to the euro yen trade, which is still ongoing, and this is where I was able to manage the trade actually. So just give me a second while I get the charts up, and then we'll come back here. All right, here's the euro yen. This is actually a long play, and look what happens here. Price just spikes in the level. Now what you're looking here is a 4-hour chart. Let me just get rid of something here so we can take a better look at it. Control L. Let's get a daily chart here. It was up in this level here, a weekly chart. We saw this basing movement here, and what I wanted to do was go long, on this market. You could have shorted it higher up, but I never, I wasn't part of that trade. So, we're pretty high on the weekly curve, but we're up around this level here where price has spent a whole lot of time. And we finally do get to break that high from way back on the 10th month of last year. Kind of poked up above it. Market pulled back right into this zone again, and once again it found some support down here, right? So there's definitely some buyers in the market down there. And then up, once again up here on the daily chart, see what happened here. This nice basing here, and then strong move up, poke through, market comes back down again. 4-hour chart. Look at the same kind of idea. Price has shot up. Once you came down this level, it shot up here, pulled back, and this is the spiky candle that got me in. So right now you can see that the buy is actually, you don't see a stop in because the stop's already been moved to break even. So let me just show you. Was it on the hour chart that I had this? One sec, I can't remember here. Yeah, down here. This was the pivot candle, and I just we're looking at about a 25 pip risk on this trade. So small risk, high reward trades, right? And it's already right now it's up 120 pips. This blue line was a scale out, I think at about 50 or 60, so 30 pip risk. So scale out was at plus 60 pips. Stop was moved to break even. Ultimate target I'm looking for is up here at 114.50, and if you look at the daily chart here, 114.50 is right in this. You see this supply area up here where price rallied pretty strong, kind of based, not kind of based, it did base. Now you see this spike up here. Price did manage to go up above there. So this, how strong is this area? I don't know, but you see this kind of these spikes going up like that. It's a bit of a concern, because they're not for me because I'm long now, but if you're when you see this, it just kind of feeds that, hey, you know what? Perhaps all the sellers have been absorbed. Right? They came down here. So the buyers were absorbed, came down here. Sellers, you can see the spike. So obviously a strong area. This kind of gives me a little bit of a clue there may be some weakness up here, but it doesn't really matter because my stop is here, which is about 234 pips away. So that would be kind of nice to get way up there, and we'll see if that happens like that. Let me just bring up the other chart here. Give me 1 second. And okay, here we go. This was when the order was placed into the market, and that was on the 13th. It just sat there, and then fell down here. This is where the price got triggered in. This is where the first scale out happened at was at 113.21. The buy was at 112.14, and the market went as low as 1197. So it kind of broke that level, but you just that's the whole thing about these higher probability trades. You're not just taking every supply demand area. You've got certain rules for yourself. And one thing I liked about this one, and I'll tell you, let me just clean up the chart a little bit, is I like the way when it rallied out of here, it based in this area and then shot up again. And I like this area because what this tells me is in this area here, a lot of the sellers were absorbed, right? There was obviously more buyers and sellers because it popped up here. So this, to me, was a pretty strong area and a good indication that if price was to come back down here again, because you never know if it's going to, right? You put your orders in and you take your shots to see if price would bounce off again. And sure enough, it did. And what I say here, if you look back up here, the entry price is 112.14. And what did we come down to a low on this? What did I say it was? Let me just move something here. The low on this candle is 111.95. So yeah, it breached that level pretty good, but you're not going to put your stop right below these levels. You're going to put it a little bit lower, probably about 5-10 pips, depending on what you feel. All right, so this is why I like this level. It doesn't look like it moved much, but because of this candle here, I got a really tight risk. And you know what? Maybe it's not the picture perfect setup. It's quite possible it's not. But it worked. I like the strong move up. I'm not sure exactly what chart I was looking at to get down and to gear down at that level as much as I did. This is a 30-minute chart I'm looking at right now. I think it was this candle, this chart right here. You can see where these lines match up. So that's that. That's where the price dropped down to, rallied up, and that was a nice strong rally off the 30-minute. But once again, what made me like this level is, as price left this level, it didn't just shoot away, right? It took some of the sellers along with it that wanted to short the market. Price came back up, so we'll see what happens. Price is 109 pips away. The bottom line is, part has been scaled out, right? Bank some profit. Now it's going to cost me absolutely nothing to find out if it's going to go to the full target, right? I have my trade plan in place. And here's the thing, when you have such a small risk, depending on your account size, you're still risking 2%, but at the 2% of your account, and taking into how much you can lose, right? So the smaller the stop, the bigger the position sizing I get to have. That sounds better. And that makes these, even though you're scaling out at plus 60, depending on what you're trading, that could be a pretty good dollar amount. All right, so let's cut this. And I like to see it move all the way up here. There's really nothing stopping it on the way up here. There obviously was when price dropped here, some buyers, and they just got eaten up. Right, they got eaten up down here. This candle went as high as here, but whoever was buying here, they got their lunch handed to them. And then price came down here. So there's not much to stop it. I like to see it poke up above here. That's on the 4-hour chart too, so that gives me a little bit of even here. We've got a little bit of a speed bump in here, but when price left here, it kind of stalled, and right, and this is the way it ended. So I don't know how strong this is, but hey, stick with the plan. Anyways, let's wrap this video up. It's getting pretty long, so there you have it. This is a couple of days, and some pretty good trading on the longer term time frames, as in swing trading. All right, so that's it. Thanks.